Hey guys, this is Ryan from the Poke Chalet. Let's talk about what's coming up this week. So we were supposed to get a bunch of boxes. We were supposed to get the Mewtwo EX box. We were supposed to get Cynthia's Garchomp box. We were supposed to get the Ogerpon EX box. It was supposed to be a big week for collection boxes, aka loose packs. I thought, hey, I'd get a bunch of boxes. I'd have packs to sell. But I get a call from distribution, and distribution tells me your order doesn't meet the minimum quantity amount. I'm like, what do you mean? So there's a rule with distribution is you're not supposed to really order stuff if it's under, I think, $300. And $300, as you know, is very easy to spend at the distribution, at Pokemon, at the hobby. It's easy to spend $300 in the hobby. So they tell me my order amount doesn't equal more than that. I'm like, uh-oh. I was only allocated 4 collection boxes. That's not cases, not like cases of 6, only 4. Now, traditionally, I would get 4 cases. So allocation continues to be tight, and the other impact, the other thing is that from what I've been told, we're not getting the Mewtwo EX box, we're not getting the Ogerpon EX box, and we're not getting the... that's the 2. We're not getting those 2 boxes. We might get them, but not until June 21st or 26th or something, way later, another 2 or 3 weeks. Which means there's not going to be, a glut of Destined Rivals product packs arriving. There's not going to be, unless I've been misled or miscommunicated, we're not going to see any more packs until then. So they called me up and said, oh, well, you don't meet the minimum requirements with your allocation. And I'm like, well, do you got anything worth selling? Because I went to the website and there's nothing to buy. Luckily, we do have an okay relationship, and they were able to find some stuff for me to buy at distribution, and not the prices that we'd want. I think I'm paying 310 or 315 Canadian for a box, a booster box of, what's the recent set? Destined Rivals. So they asked if I'd buy some of that, and of course. So I ended up buying some Destined Rivals product that they don't have available for purchase. So I was able to increase the order, so I'll actually get my 4 collection boxes and some small amount of Destined Rivals booster boxes. They didn't have any limits, but I think I'm going to call them later next week and do a bigger order. I just wasn't ready. I thought, hey, I'd get a bunch of packs from those collection boxes, but 4 collection boxes. So hopefully, in the end of June, we'll see a bigger allocation than 4 collection boxes from the Ogerpon, from the Charizard, from the Mewtwo EX, the Team Rocket's Mewtwo. But I was shocked. Now, I'm going to be watching, are other stores going to be selling Mewtwo EX boxes, or other stores going to be selling Ogerpon EX boxes? Is it truly delayed? Because I haven't seen that online yet. But I assume my guy, my rep, is telling me the right information, and yeah. So he did tell me that most stores are only getting 2 collection boxes. Do you know how limited that is? 2 collection boxes, 2 of the Cynthia Garchomp boxes. The supply is continuing to shock me. It's shocking me. And he also confided in me. Now, my rep is not the biggest mover and shaker. He's not the biggest rep at distribution. Like, he's the young guy. Or he was the young guy when he started. And he was telling me that his biggest client is getting more than 4 boxes. They're actually getting 2 cases. So they're getting 12 boxes. So about 3 times what I get. So someone is getting some decent collection, but 3 cases? Or, sorry, 2 cases? 2 cases is nothing when it comes to collection boxes. I used to have, I'd post photos when an order arrived, and I would have, stacks of boxes up high. Now they're calling me and saying, I'm not even meeting the minimum order amount because allocations are extremely low, and not much we can do. We've been buying at the higher prices and putting it up for sale, and some people have bought the bullet or bit the bullet and purchased at these high prices, and I really I've been wrong. I thought by now we would be slammed with the collection boxes, and with the collection boxes slammed with packs, and pack prices going down, and they're not going down. Distribution is still like they're looking for 9 something a pack for Destined Rivals from distribution. That's double what we used to pay when we would get a new pack, and that is not good. It's not good for us growing our business. It's not good for collectors. It's not good for investors, and it's not good for distribution. I'm 100% sure that they would prefer to be doing volume. Now, distribution does hold stuff back, and the reason they do that is that they have inventory. They don't want to be completely out of inventory. Anybody who has ever had like empty shelves in the Pokemon card, there was a Facebook video going around, and this guy was just starting, and he had less product than I have just sitting in storage here, and he was opening a brick and mortar in a mall, and people in the comments were just, how pitiful. You could basically, one shelf at a Walmart had 10 times as much sealed product as this guy had. Nobody wants to have empty shelves, and this distribution is the same. They hold stuff back, and they'll release it, but of course they have to release it. What do they release it at? Market. So if you see product and inventory come into your stores, and you see, oh, these stores making this crazy prices, I'm sure you can believe your own narrative and say, oh, the stores are scalping and things like that. But there's nowhere for them to buy product. Vendors who've been around years, they don't have anything. They don't. Allocation is not. It was never great, but it's not what it used to be. Who knew that we would be, in a worse position for getting product than we were? Because it was always hard to get allocation, and hard to get a good quantity of good product. You're always fighting to get better product, and the fight, I'm pretty sure everyone's losing. And Distro's not happy. Like, my rep is not happy about making phone calls and telling probably one of the biggest stores in Canada, or one of the biggest stores in Canada, I'm sorry, I only got 2 cases for you. Or calling up a store and say, I'm sorry, I only got 2 collection boxes. I wouldn't want to be in that position. And I am sometimes. Like, I know that there's customers of mine who bought from me in the past, and they'll call me and say, hey, can you get me a box of Destined Rivals? And I'm like, yeah, but it's $329 plus tax. Canadian, guys, Canadian. I'm Canuckian, but so it sucks. I would rather be selling them the Destined Rivals box for a decent price. And singles are not available at these prices. People are not ripping, or maybe there's so many people that their singles are no longer concentrating into duplicates, and duplicates are no longer coming in as trade-ins, but which is fair. But what I want to say is that it's still a lot of stores. You're calling them out for being scalping. It sucks that they're in that position. Not every store is a scalper. There was a Reddit post, and someone put the Costco bundle with the ETB and the Prismatic booster bundle on their shelf, and they didn't even unwrap it. They just stuck it on their brick and mortar shelf, and obviously they were getting called scalpers. For some reason, people see Costco as a retailer, not a wholesaler. They are a wholesaler, so I give stores some pass when it comes to buying from Costco, but I mean, yeah, you don't want to be one of those guys who buy with inventory. So it's a crazy market. It's a crazy market where nothing's available. Singles are still hard to come by. and Pokemon claims to be printing to the ground. And I did talk to my distribution about this, and I said, well, isn't Pokemon? Didn't they promise to fix this? Didn't they promise to get more supply? And his complaint was they've really been promising this since the Charizard UPC. Like they've been saying, yeah, we're gonna print. Actually, we're gonna print more. They put out press releases where they promise to print more. And distribution, I'm sure they're thinking to themselves, they're gonna print more. We're gonna have more. We're gonna sell more. There's gonna be more stores. Everybody be happy. And it's not happening. So, what do you guys think? The state of the market. We are getting crushed by allocation. We're not getting any. We're joining the club of everybody else as the pie gets sliced thinner and thinner, and it's everyone is fearing that things are going to turn. So far from distribution, it doesn't seem like supply is going to return to the market because we haven't seen it here in Canada. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you next time.